Hey, what's up, carnivores? Zach here with American Smoke, and today we're going to be cooking some Bourbon Barrel Baby Backs on the Pit Boss Vertical. We're going to be cooking these today using the 2-2-1 method, which you probably have heard of the 3-2-1 method for ribs, which for me works better with spare ribs. It kind of overdoes it for baby backs, so we're doing the 2-2-1 method for these baby backs. These have already been demembraned and dried off with a paper towel by me, and we're just going to spread a little bit of olive oil. Typically I use mustard, but today feeling a little bit crazy. Then we're going to go on with the notorious PIG rub. This stuff has got a lot of brown sugar and something I'm really excited about, red pepper flakes. Not something you see a whole lot of when you're dealing with barbecue rubs. Most of the time it's sweet, and if it's spicy it's because it's got chipotle or cayenne or something like that in it. I love red pepper flakes. All we're gonna do is just spread it over the top of everything. It's got a great color to it, so I know it's gonna put an awesome color on these ribs. The sauce we're using today, I'm equally excited about. We're using the Bourbon Barrel. Did the old finger test on this one as well. Delicioso, man. So pumped up about every aspect of this cook. You can use whatever sort of binder you like. Really, it's all about just getting the seasoning to stick to the meat. And as long as you've got that accomplished, you are winning. And here at American Smoke, we're all about winning. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button for me. We're putting this content out for you guys, and we sure do appreciate those likes. If you haven't already, become a subscriber to my channel. I'm always putting out content, always showing you and giving you honest reviews of some of these seasonings that I get. And so far, PS Seasonings is hooking it up. But when you do the 2-2-1 method, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cooking at 225 degrees for 2 hours in the smoke. And then after that, we're going to be wrapping it up in some butcher paper, not foil. I don't like the foil. But we're going to be doing butcher paper for 2 hours, and then we're going to sauce them up with that Bourbon Barrel sauce. After that, I'm going to be letting them rest and eating them. If you've watched my channel much, you know what I have to say about pretty food before it goes in the smoke. If it's pretty before it goes in the smoke, it's going to be really pretty when it comes out of the smoke. I love it when you call me Pig Papa. I just noticed that while I was waiting. It says filled with sweet brown sugar and tongue-licking peppers. This blend will hypnotize your taste buds. I like how they threw the word hypnotize in there. For any dish from biggie to small. This pig will be music to your mouth. Not everyone is a master chef, but we should all eat like one. That's my favorite saying that they've got. They're very creative down there. I highly recommend y'all check this out. I'm going to leave links to this below. But it's been setting now for about 10 or 15 minutes. It's really starting to sweat. Pit is up to temp. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get them in there and let this process begin. Y'all set y'all's timers for 2 hours because we about to throw some smoke. Woo, these things look good already. Don't forget to bunch your ribs up just a little bit when you put them in there. That always helps with the finished product and the presentation. All right, we'll see y'all in a little bit when we come in here to spritz these things, if we catch them drying out on us a little bit. All right, so we are at about the 1 hour 15 mark, and my crust on my ribs is looking a little bit dry, so I thought I'd come out here, give them some love, baby. All this is good old high quality H2O. Just want a little more smoke to stick, even though these things are looking just fantastic, man. Remember not to put so much water on it, or liquid, or whatever it is, that it sprays off the seasoning. It is not fully bonded yet, so you want to just moisten it up just a little bit. So there is a storm a-brewing. I don't know if y'all can hear the thunder, but it is a-rolling. Speaking of rolling, we rolling some smoke. We're rolling smoke just a little over the 2 hour mark. I've been down there giving my lawnmower a wash for whatever reason. I don't know, but I've been washing my lawnmower. Do y'all wash y'all's lawnmower? Comment below and hit the like button for me while you're at it. Thank you. But we're gonna pull these and we're gonna stick them in some paper. We're gonna wrap them up, put some butter on them, a little bit more of that notorious PIG, baby. It was all a dream. Y'all don't know nothing about all that. Comment if you know something about that. Oh, these things look mighty fine. Mighty, mighty, mighty fine. Great crust on there, great bark, no complaints there. The color is absolutely perfect. Can't really ask for anything more. All we're gonna do now is we got a little unsalted butter. We're just gonna throw a few pats of that down. If y'all seen a couple other my rib cooking videos, you know that I've been doing it this way, And I like the regular butter better, man. It can't be beat. Tell me something better than butter. I'm gonna put a little bit of seasoning down into the butter. We're gonna take these bad boys, we're gonna flip them over into that butter. Not only is the storm coming, it's almost time to go pick up my girls from daycare, and we're running behind. So if y'all are noticing, Zach seems a little bit flustered today. That's why. A little bit on the back side. This is a little bit unorthodox way of wrapping ribs. But I decided not to do a double layer since it was a small rack of baby backs. At the end of the day, it's gonna be wrapped. That's what's important. You know how when you was little and all your friends called you ugly? And your mom said, it's what's on the inside that counts. Ribs. Let's get them back in there for another 2 hours. And that's it. It's time to go to daycare and pick up my girls. When we get back, have a little while to wait, but we'll be taking those ribs out, unwrapping them, saucing them, setting them, and be ready to rock and roll. All right, the ribs have been in the smoke for a total of 4 hours now, and they should be ready for the sauce, baby, the sauce. The Bourbon Barrel Whiskey Barbecue Sauce. Let's get her done. I'm expecting something very nice. Something very buttery and delicious. Ooh, the lolly. All that butter still just sitting in there. Careful. Woo. Man, they just been sitting in that butter. Just sitting in it. Let's go ahead and make use of some of that. Get it on there. And then we're gonna do the last hour unwrapped with sauce. Golly, that's good. Ooh. Now usually I thin my sauce out for spare ribs, but for these baby backs, I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna leave them in there a little bit longer than I do my spares. Usually I do 30 minutes on my spares, and I'm gonna do a little more on these baby backs since I'm doing a 5-hour cook instead of a 6-hour cook on them, doing the 2-2-1 method. Just wanna make sure that I get plenty of cook time and that I'm not cutting it short because I'm hungry. And honestly, you know, doing it this way, if you want to thin it out, you can always just dip it in some of the butter and some of that fat that has rendered out of the ribs. Good googly moogly. Man, that is just very unique. Sweet, but not too sweet. Once you've tried enough barbecue sauces and enough seasonings, you know when it's gonna work. And all of my animal instincts told me on this day, this is gonna be bomb.com. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna put them back in the smoke now. We'll see y'all back out here in an hour if I can maintain my composure until then. Alrighty then. We are finally at the point where we're ready to pull these ribs. I'm pretty pumped. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have let myself get entirely too hungry, and I'm like contemplating in my head, do I wanna let them rest? Or am I willing to endure the pain and just eat them hot? I think I'm gonna let them rest. And that's what I would advise you to do as well. Let's go ahead and get them out, have a look at them though. Ooh. You wanna talk about a bend test? Ooh, ooh, watch out now. Almost let it bend too far. All right, so since these are just straight out of the smoke, we're gonna go ahead and get a few between the bone readings. 185, 186, 189, 190, 191, and that's exactly what you want. Now, most of the time, people are going to tell you, don't go off tempo on ribs. Use the bend test, use the twist test, use this test, use that test, blah, blah, blah. Problem is that it's all temp. It's all temp. I'm not saying you can't get better at using those other tests, but when you can, you see the tip on this thing? Come look at my Thermopin 1. You see that tip? See how small that is? That is a 1/16 of an inch. You can get that in between the ribs and get a pure meat reading. To get that 191, 192 reading between the ribs, you can test between each rib and you can get that reading. Another test that goes even a step beyond temp is probe tender. I don't care what it says. If you stick this thing in there and then you pull it out and it tries to lift up the rack, or if you're testing a brisket, or if you're testing a Boston butt and you probe it and it says the temp is right, but you have to jerk it to get it out of there, it's not ready. It's not ready. You need to give it a little bit longer. These are perfect. From one end to the other, they're reading 190 to 193 degrees. You can't beat that. So we're gonna let these rest for a little while. That way, I don't get my internal temp of my lips to 190 degrees, because that crap hurts. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's a tough life, but we gotta let these rest. Let's get another look at them. They look absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm telling y'all, I don't let myself get too hungry. I'm in danger. Y'all pray for me, okay? Perfect timing. Haha, I got to do this part of the video and the stupid fan just shut off. So, I love my pet balls with the sound of that fan. Not so much. I'd much rather hear fire crackling. But that's the price you pay for the set it and forget it lifestyle. If you know what I'm talking about, give me an amen in the comments for the set it and forget it. Because look what we got to come up with here today. My goodness, it looks so good. Now, I'm going to teach y'all a little trick. If you are cutting up ribs and you want them to look really pretty, whether you're getting ready for a competition or whether you're just cooking for your mother-in-law, whatever, and you're thinking, man, if I flip these things over, it's going to do what it did last time, and it's going to pull the sauce off my ribs and they're not going to look as good. You take some sauce and you spread it all over your cutting board. Because the cutting board is dry, the ribs are moist, and when the ribs touch the cutting board, the sauce binds to the cutting board. If you do this right here, you won't have to worry about it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over onto that moist surface so that we can see our bones. I used to not do this all the time before I knew that trick. I used to just try to do my best to cut them. It was always a mistake. It's so hard to cut the ribs from the front. I can see the bones, I can see where I need to cut, and it makes things so much better. I don't have to worry about the cutting board pulling off my sauce that I worked so hard to bind to those ribs. Now we're just gonna make a cut here. Oh, mama. Sliding, not sticking. That's what you want. You want sliding, not sticking, baby. And that's the reason we went through that trouble. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. I don't know if y'all have thought about the words bourbon barrel barbecue sauce or not, but don't that sound good? And now we're gonna take them and we're gonna flip them so that we can see how glorious they truly are. Oh my gosh, they look great. And we're gonna take one of these middle ones. Check out the smoke ring, check out the gooiness. Oh, that's gonna be the one I bite. It's got to be. Oh no, that one right there looks pretty good though. And that one, wait a minute, this one looks good too. I'm so confused. Not really. Here we go. Oh, it's been such a day. The flag flopping in the background. My God. God bless America and God bless you all for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me. Consider becoming a subscriber to my channel. I'm always making content. Let's check out the bite, shall we? That's good. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Pulled right clean from the bone without falling off. And that's what you get when you have the ability to cook ribs to temp. I know you're probably hesitant about spending the money on this ThermoWorks ThermoPen 1, but if you're having frustrations and troubles with your ribs, it's worth it. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, full disclosure, I was gonna pull these ribs 30 minutes ago because of the 2-tube one, but something was up. I don't know what it was. I stuck my ThermoPen 1 in just to check it to make sure before I pulled it. It said 175. When I knew I was looking for 180 plus. So I had to give it a few extra minutes. So glad I did. So glad I did. I don't have to sit around and try to explain to somebody who's eating the food with me that I cooked. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I did, you know, this worked last time. We've all been there. We've all been there. Cook to temp. It's like ThermoWorks says. Temperature is an ingredient. And let me tell you something. I don't care how good the bourbon barrel barbecue sauce is. I don't care how good the notorious PIG rub is. It don't matter. If those ribs are tough, it ain't gonna be no good. Otherwise, just slather that stuff on a slab of ribs, warm up in the oven and eat them. If the temperature don't matter, if you're smoking them, you better get them right. Because if you do, you're having a good day, son. Let me tell you right now. Thank y'all so much for sticking around. Y'all look into PS Seasoning. They sent me a bunch. I did a review video on some sauces and seasonings that they sent me. You can check that video out. I'll try to leave something right up here right now where you can check that out if you want to. But they've got so many more seasonings than they sent me I'm finding out about just tons and tons and tons of seasonings they've got. They've got so much to choose from. Worth checking out. Everything I've had so far is bomb.com. These look so good. I wish y'all could smell them. I wish y'all could taste them. If y'all try this method, the 2-2-1, and I had to add 30 extra minutes because I used my ThermoPen and it showed me the truth, the light, and the way. Thank y'all so much for sticking around. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Make sure to smash the like button for me. Become a subscriber to my channel. If you're not already a subscriber, do it. If you do subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you know next time I put out a video. Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all in the next video.